I gotta do everything manually.
We can record
Hi.
again. Yay! I figured out how to record Zoom and doing the live show for the awareness show. So you're my
I'm
yeah,
on right now. Oh
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. I was to catch you off guard. So this is a little experimenting. I'm trying,
Oh,
and I figured out how to format the Zoom into an MP3, so our listeners could actually do Zoom. So
right.
we're gonna do more Zoom and get more listeners. We can add more participants in Zoom.
Nice.
So I'm thinking maybe we could get some more research resources available to those who are having issues right now, and find out where they need to go.
Mhm.
So, are you guys off right now, or?
What do you mean? Like off and not going to school, not go. Yeah, we're completely off. The kids been off since they actually forced it up on other districts.
Yeah.
Because I know Dominguez Hill started on March. When was it? I know it was on a Wednesday that my kids were told that they were not be returning, so
Right.
they started being at home earlier than anybody else. And then for me, oh, Emily wants to say hey. And then at Temple City, we were actually a little after LAUSD started doing um the closing down of the schools. We
Right.
were actually last to, or at least from what I thought, we were last, because I know that we kept, every time that we were in class, we were just hearing off of people like, oh, La Mirada was closing down. Then we heard Pasadena closed down, and then we kept hearing every hour like all these schools are closing down. We were like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be last, or they're gonna let us survive. I don't know what we're gonna do. But yeah, they told us while we were there, like around 2, okay, please start creating these packets for your students. And the teacher had us working on the packets for students for like 2 weeks prior.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, so we were just like, we were getting on it. We were just like, okay, what can we do? But now, so yeah, we've been just home, but I keep hearing, and I've been getting updates from my coworkers that sending out newsletters to parents to let them know that they're doing like a drive-through lunch. So
Yeah.
if kids need lunch and they want to go get lunch for their kids, they can. They even set up like a menu for them. And apart from that, in the bottom, it said that they might extend the closures of the schools.
Right.
And so I'm just thinking, how much more is this going to affect all of us? I know with the kids, with Johnny and Emily, the teachers have been so amazing. They've been keeping us updated with things that we can provide for our kids, like books, what we should have them reading, the curriculum, and what we're supposed to be doing at school, and
Right.
some materials for us to be able to entertain the kids. I know they've been doing a great job in doing that. But again, it's like, how long is this going to last? How long are we just going to keep doing this? Because again, we're hearing off of everything, not only social media, but out there, that they're thinking of just closing down the whole semester.
Yeah, I know. And as many of you guys know, what we're doing the awareness show a little bit different. We're going to be doing Zoom. So now maybe me and Melissa could sit down, figure out some stuff in between
Yeah.
all this madness. We got Zoom going on right now. I figured out how to do Skype videos, but I think for right now, everybody's feeling comfortable doing Zoom, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
I'll be doing some webinars for state disability. If we haven't,
Okay.
we haven't set those up yet, because as you know, a lot of people who have disability and undeveloped special needs, they don't have the support system. So
Right.
we have 3 cases already in Redondo Beach in the assisted living home.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're scared, they're worried, they don't know where to go. And the services here in Ventura, Tri-Regionals is closed, the Sage Services is closed, so they can't get any support out there right now.
Yeah, and they're the biggest group that needs all the support that they can get too.
Right.
And especially what's going on with like people hoarding and things. Like, how can I, even just not by getting any services to help us, but let's say that I want to do it on my own, I can't even do it on my own either. I have to basically uh base everything on luck. At
Yep.
what time am I going to go? At what time are they going to put in the packages of all these other things, you know? And also, I don't know if anybody been receiving any messages, but I received a message where I don't know, either it's to scare people off or if it's true, because there's no sources of saying, okay, this is the link where I'm showing you this is true, where
Right.
they're saying, oh, military, our bases are going to come and arrive and everything's going to be closed down. And so, see, all these things are making people panic. They're like, okay, I have to hoard things, I have to
Right.
go and get all these supplies, and then not leaving resources for anybody else out there.
Right. Number one, and also they just reported is do not answer the doorbell.
Yes. Yeah,
Me-
there's people out there saying that they're testing for coronavirus when that's not even true.
And that, don't forget the pirates. You know, if
Mm-hmm.
you have Amazon, if you have a package from Amazon, just leave it there, you know, and they'll step away and then maybe come and get it. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people here, I was telling you, we live in a retirement community. We're at the
Mm-hmm.
Navy base. Okay, we're right next to the Navy base. So we got a lot of people who are elderly in their 60s and they're telling them to stay home. I'm disabled, so I can't really help my mom and dad out, but all I could do is help with the dogs. I don't drive. So they gotta go get up at morning to go grocery shopping to beat the crowds.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, I went to Ralph's this morning. I had to go do some laundry, and there was a line around the corner.
Wow.
That was our local grocery store. No
Mm-hmm.
place was open at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And I've seen regular people who are not elderly go in the line, try to go into the grocery stores.
But don't they have a certain time period where they'll let the seniors go in
What I'm
first,
saying is other people are cutting in front of the seniors.
but they don't people see that and say, okay, you need to back off and let them go first? They're not doing that. So the practice of having them open just to seniors is not being
Well,
practiced at all.
I think they're trying to at some point, but people are panicking right now. They're scared because this is a virus. This is a bacterial virus. And you
Mm-hmm.
know, with the bacterial virus, any antibiotics, it's not going to help.
Of course not, because it is a bacterial virus that has been known in the 60s, but it's a new strain. So of
Oh,
course they don't know how it. Hmm?
1918.
1918. Okay. So, but you see, it's been that long where they don't even know what's going on with this new one because it is a new strain.
Right.
And so they're trying to figure things out, but also people are not making it easy for them neither, because they're telling them, okay, you need to social distance yourself, but then again there's these situations where people are, okay, I'm going to go to these places, and we're all around other people,
Right.
you know but I feel like this is a test of our humanitarian thoughts and how we process things as a human being, because for us to think, okay, let me allow these people get in first, get in line first, I'm gonna respect you. No, people are arguing and fighting, and it's over things that
Based on our common
it
sense.
it makes no sense to fight over with.
Right. And people are losing their jobs. The Lama Mall is closing.
Yes.
What
A
do you?
lot of businesses are going to go down because of this. They say that they're going to help, but I mean, how much more can they help?
Exactly.
Because even I have to file in for unemployment. Unfortunately, I work with an agency type company, and so I have to go and do this. But I wonder, like, okay, how long are they going to give me my check for? You
Or
know,
how
they're
long
not
they're
just gonna
gonna
send it
hold
right
it.
away.
Yeah.
They're not going to send it to me right away. This is going to probably be months until they can, because not only am I filing for unemployment, but other people too. What about the people that don't work within an agency like this and they can't, you know, this is a state where a lot of immigrants are, you know, how are they going to get help? I know that the news casters have been helpful in that, though, like Channel 52, they've been giving some tips and stuff like that, but still, there some people are afraid. They're like, well, what if I put myself out there? Are they really going to help me, or are they
Yep.
going to discriminate me?
Right.
And that's another thing going on too, discrimination.
Yep.
There's so much discrimination going on right now. This is why I like this meme where they talk about, like, this is why the government does not tell us about alien invasions or like aliens.
I
You
saw
know,
that one. I
everything
started
going to city,
laughing.
because how will we really react to all of that? And there you
They're
go.
here. It'll be like the what was that movie World of the Worlds? Have you seen it?
Right? I haven't seen it, but I heard of it.
There's two versions. There's one with Orson Welles and there's one with Tom Cruise.
Okay.
What I don't know the years of it, but there's two different versions of that.
Uh-huh.
So one's in black and white, and the other one's in color, of course. And then they're talking about the sock hops, how people are going back to the sock hops, like the 1950s,
Mm.
and because they don't want to get out of the car. So Mel's Diner in Hollywood, they're doing the sock hop right now, or the drive-in movies, which is another good idea for the kids and the
Yes.
parents, you know, to get reacquainted with the drive-in since the movie theaters are not going to be going, you know.
Except AMC has announced that they will. They're so open, which I'm kind of like, oh, you need to close down AMC. I know Cinemark has. They sent out a letter,
I've
but
heard
AMC,
AMC is closing.
it is. Well, I received an email. I need to check again, but I received an email saying that we will still be practicing social distancing, and something about 50% on their tickets and stuff like that. And so I'm like, okay, so you guys don't want to practice this, you know, because before, so
Okay, because I'm pretty sure at this point they're going to be closing down.
yeah.
And if Cinemark is going to be closing down, you
Oh,
know,
they are. I
yeah,
think they already have.
the outlet malls here are going to be closing down.
Hmm.
So, I mean, everything eventually is going to be online where you could shop, but it's not going to be the same where you could just hang out with your friends and, you know, hey, Melissa,
And
go get a coffee, or those days are
yes.
over.
I just got off earlier because I started thinking about the kids. I started thinking about how they're greatly affected, because this is not just a physical problem, but this is a mental issue as well. Because we're so used to social interaction with others. We're so used to, you know, going out, having fun with our
Norm.
friends,
Yeah,
socializing, and especially at work, especially school. The kids do as well. And I was thinking, how am I going to help my kids when it comes to that? Because I don't want them to lose that. Mind you, my kids are toddlers. You know, I have a 5-year-old and I have a 3-year-old, and they may be small, but they already have this concept of friends. They already have this concept of, they even ask me questions. They're small, but they ask me questions already where they're like, well, why are we always at home? Why can't I go out? Because I always, during the weekend, I always take them out to the
right,
stores. I always do grocery shoppings with them. But now it's like, no, you know, we need to stay home. Even when I do grocery shopping, I like for them to stay home,
right.
because again, I'm afraid that something's gonna happen, and they're little. I won't be able to do it too. So instead of taking them out, I leave them home. And so of course they're asking, and then they started asking about their friends. So
Right.
I told them, okay, you know, well, everybody's, you know, at home, even your friends are at home. And what I started doing, I text out all the moms that I know from the school. And
Right.
one of them responded, and I even told her, hey, how you doing? Of course, you want to check out on your friends. You want to check out on even your kids, uh, friends' parents, you know, and see how they're doing. What are they doing? and, updating them if they'd have no information on the school. And we started FaceTiming. So
There you
that's our playtime for our kids. And I kid you not, her kid and my kids were so happy. They were like, "Oh, look, it's my friend." And they started showing their toys. And even the other kid was like so excited. He was like, "You look, Johnny, I want to show you my toys." And those type of things we need to start thinking and saying, okay, in order to help my kids, it's not just activities, not just the curriculum at home and what to do, but try to help them mentally, and don't lie to them
Yeah,
on what's going on either.
I
Like
think,
with my kids.
yeah, my friend suggested maybe go on a hiking trip or
Mhm.
maybe go to the park, take them to the
Yeah.
parks, outdoors, do some more activities outside. I
Hmm.
know with the weather being like it has been lately, it's been
Yeah, that it's
crazy.
hard.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's been hard because it rains, and I don't want them to. It's not more of the coronavirus I'm afraid of, but also them getting the cold, getting the flu or something else. So I just try to tell them, okay, we're gonna stay home because of the rain. And so what we do is just now, like my niece, she has like a video game workout, so we can do that. We've been playing YouTube videos where we do exercises.
Board
Mm,
games.
and we have board game, but I mean for them to move, to jump up and down, to not just sit
Have
down
you
and think, but
checked out? They had go to YouTube and look at the old mouse size exercise from
mhm,
Disney. From say
yeah,
late 19, early 1980s mouse size. You type it in, you do it with Mickey and the Goofy.
mhm.
So check that out. I mean, that's a little something for you guys to do.
But see, there's alternatives to a lot of things, and that's a good thing now that we have technology in order to help us with that. Because I would imagine like without it, then it would be a little difficult. But now it's like we have that, and apart from it being like my anxiety has been going like up and down lately, but I'm glad that I get to spend more time with my kids. This is a chance for me to have more time with them and to do certain things that I don't really tend to do when I'm at work or when
Right.
I'm doing something else, especially because I started the master's program. Um, it was a little difficult, but I'm like, okay, I can now just
Proud of
relax.
you.
And we need to think of the positives,
Right.
for our mental health. We just need to think of the positives, and there's alternatives. And like how you mentioned on your Facebook post, like, call me if you need me. Maybe we just need that interaction with our friends, with our colleagues.
Because we're
I
so
still
busy,
interact with my
we're so
I
busy.
still yeah, I still interact with my coworkers too. I'm like, hey, how you been? Are you okay? Because I know they have families too, and I'm like, how are you and your families? And so all of that are good things. We need to not forget about positivity,
Yeah.
because there's just so many negativity. I even told my mom, like, stop watching the news for just a while, because the news.
Everything is like Corona, Corona, Corona. Like,
Yes, it's just all that, and I know that there's more things going on in the world, but that's all they're highlighting because that's where they're getting their ratings from. But and it's good to keep ourselves informed, but there's a point where we need to just stop, turn off the TV, or watch a movie, or do something else other than just the news, because it's driving us insane. We
yep,
drive ourselves insane.
yep.
So
And right now with the doctors, my mom and dad are in their 60s. They're doing teleconferencing for the first time. I'm doing teleconferencing, so they're telling us to stay home. Uh, and for those who have autoimmune, problems, to stay home and,
mhm.
you know, do some stuff. So mom and I decided to get some coloring books. We're gonna do some coloring books. We're gonna do crossword puzzles like we used to. We're gonna have family game night, play card games, board games, and then we're gonna have a movie night. So we're not all gonna be watching the news. So
Mhm.
this is what we used to do a long time ago before the movies. We had the drive-in. We had pop. We did all that stuff, and so I think in some ways, like you said, this is going to be more, spending time with the family, getting
Yeah.
reconnected with the family, and just like right now, just to be safe and out of harm's way, just for right now. And just, keep positive, have a smile on your face, and check on your loved ones and your elders, and those, especially those who have special needs and disabled, because they don't have any support. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
them living on their own. They don't have no support. Their family member passed away, or right now the services are not there. It's you know, limbo, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with, what is it? I got an email for special services. I still keep in contact with them. They're saying if they have any problems going on right now with their structure online, because they like that one-on-one contact like I do. Because, they don't, they're, they can't do the internet that well,
Mm-hmm.
and they struggle. So they said if they have any problems, talk to special services, and they'll make certain accommodations for them. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
feeling sick, or if you're feeling panic, you don't know how to handle it, then you go, what do you call it? Get help.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they're telling special at Cal State Dominguez.
Okay. Yeah, there's resources, and we should just be able to use them. And if they need help, then they got it.
Yeah. Well, I know it's okay. Many of you guys don't know, but Melissa and I do the awareness show together. So for right now, maybe we might have some guests coming up on the show and try to do more Zoom. Skype's okay.
Yeah, even I would Skype like.
I think Zoom is better.
Mm.
And maybe we can figure out how to get more people into Zoom. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I want to set up some webinars, and then maybe you can help me figure out, get some more guests and talking about the coronavirus or the resources that they should be able to get, how to stay calm, and then maybe I'm thinking doing some more like songs, to have some fun, and songs like, what was it? Play the Spice Girls for us.
Our friends are gonna trip.
They're gonna kill us. Maxie's gonna hang this fire.
Well, they can't. They can't come over.
That is social distancing.
Yes.
No, but Maxie can't draw us. She can kill us in her drawings.
Well, as long as it's in the drawings, I'm all okay. I'll just tell her, think of the children.
Think of Johnny,
Yes, and Emily.
And Emily. And I think maybe we could do some Disney themes,
Especially right now, I've been doing this month's Disney Bounding. So hey, having people share on that, because that's my little. Because even my mom looks at me and she's like, "Why are you dressing up? Are you going somewhere?" No, I'm not trying to go somewhere. But this is my way of just keeping calm, keeping relaxed. Doing this challenge makes me happy. So
we could probably set up like maybe a Disney themes, get our listeners to do like pick some songs, or maybe we could sing. I can't sing, but
karaoke.
There you go.
Best effort karaoke.
So this is the Awareness Hour. Melissa and I are going to be doing Zoom, trying to get some more resources for you guys available, and maybe get some guests on the show and have a lot of fun, since we're all going to be quarantined for the next 2 weeks, maybe 8 weeks. I don't know.
It looks like it's long. It's long, especially for us that work in the school districts, and for those that are working as social workers. I have a couple of friends that are social workers, and they finally got the call for, okay, you can work at home.
Yeah.
So so we'll see. It's all depending on people too, because there's been news on how, like, I know it's not here, but in Florida, how people are like, just don't care.
Yeah, it's their party time.
Yeah, because it's spring break, and I'm like, great, you can go then. I'm just
like bye.
Yeah, as long as you're not near me, I guess you do.
My dogs are barking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Mom
like,
and
we
Dad
want
are
to be
home.
part of the show.
They're going to be part of the show, and you can hear them.
But
So
yeah.
you guys remember, don't answer the door
Mhm.
unless if it's don't answer the door. Be safe. Be alert. What else can we say? Take a
Drive
break.
safe if you're out there because it's raining.
Oh yeah. And be safe. Go outside, get some fresh air if you can, and just be taking care of one another. So
Mhm.
this
Be
is
kind.
be kind. Yes,
Yes,
this is
let's
the Awareness
practice.
Show. Michelle Padilla.
And Melissa Diaz.
We're back. We're gonna be figuring out some cool stuff to do. So
Yes.
stay tuned. We're gonna be working with Zoom instead of Skype. So this is our new friend.
Okay, it'll be our best friend then.
Yes, as long as it works.
Right? If it doesn't work, then I'll just kick it through here. We don't know.
Say love you.
All right.
There you go. That's my dogs.
All right. They're telling you it's time.
I'm talking to my mom.
Oh.
All right, guys. See you guys later. This will be up in a few minutes.
All right. Bye.
Bye.